Hey guys, welcome to the studio. Yesterday was an exciting day. If you missed the video, go check it out. Today is a weird day. It starts with a letter of the police. It says in German, Überflug eines Wohngebietes mittels Drohne, which means me flying a drone over an area where I shouldn't be flying. I can't comment on it because that would be proof. So yeah, I'll just forward it to the lawyer. He can take care of it. Probably nothing will happen. I also got all of my tax stuff, which is really great. That's usually the most annoying. So I got a little bit of time to actually try and work on some songs and also further studio construct a tiny bit.
I'm falling in, so help me out, 'cause we just living like it's all beneath us, drowning in the feeling, can't help but take it farther, I'm breathing underwater.
Very quick studio construction update. The speakers are being now also enclosed from the other side. That corner is a huge bass trap. It's like this thick, just absorbing material. I just have to put it in there, but I don't want to touch it today because then I have to take a shower again. I'll do it on another day. Same on the other side right there. It's already in there. It just needs to be further like built around the speaker. But before doing so, I will measure again if the frequency response in the studio is actually exact, and then check it out with like a closed bag, measure it, and then open the bag again and see which one of the two is actually resulting in a flatter frequency response. So far, the studio is advancing into the right direction, just like the covering stuff, covering the floor, covering the table, covering the front wall. Speakers are in there. This just needs to get a nice finish, and of course all of the LEDs will go into tubes like these. This concludes the studio update. Another thing I would love to share is that from now on I can't really fully anymore share with you the songs that I'm working on. Like in the past, I've shared everything, the sessions while making the songs, the constructing of the songs, making the drums, the bass, like everything. I just shared it, although the songs weren't released yet, which can cause some trouble. Even some of my songs, labels were interested and then they refused because I already kind of made it public and people could already listen to it. So I won't be able to do this anymore, unfortunately. Especially since now I'm getting like quite different and like another level of vocals, and I'm not allowed to share them until all of the contracts are done and sealed, even until to the point where I have an actual release date. I hope you can understand. I would love to keep on sharing it, but it hinders me from advancing with my music production. In the business music kind of world, everything is like kept a secret as much as possible. And speaking about the music side, there's one thing I would love to address, and it's like the most important number every music producer, DJ, singer, songwriter, act, band, whatever, really needs to focus on right now, because it's like the number you're being judged on the most. And that is obviously your monthly listeners on Spotify. It is so important. It's the first thing anyone that will work with you will check out. They go to your Spotify, check your streams per month, and judge you based on that. Just as an example, if I want to have like a top line that I really like, the first thing they do, check out my Spotify profile. And then sometimes they tell me, okay, it fits. Sometimes they tell me, you know what, your profile isn't big enough, you won't get the top line, or they'll make me pay extra for it. They're looking for a lot of plays, because the more plays you have, the more they will get paid. It's very simple. Back in the days, it was a little more complicated to figure out how big an artist is. You were looking at social media, but some of it was fake. Then you could look onto sales and like streams, and also chart positioning and gigs and all that kind of stuff. But at the moment, it's so simple. You just go to Spotify, check out the monthly listeners, and you know exactly what's happening and is going on. So as an artist, try everything to push that number as hard as possible up. There are a couple of ways to do it. I'll share them in a second.
Living like it's all beneath us,
Back at home, Saturday evening, quarantine time. Of course, staying at home, very boring. I just needed to go outside and catch like at least a little bit of sunshine with Vanessa together, just like for a quick walk. Let's get back to Spotify. Spotify numbers. The monthly streams, very important. Everyone knows that. But the big question is how to get them up. Of course, number one, making good music. Good music means a finished song that is mixed, mastered, arranged well, sounds good, good idea, good writing if you have lyrics, good like main hook melody, interesting sounds. And also for Spotify, it's important that it's like Spotify compatible. It needs to work on Spotify. It needs to fit into playlists. It needs to be similar to other stuff. That's unfortunately the reality. If you make something outside the box, you will have a tougher time. Number two, enough releases, constant releases. You have to release at best every month. Maybe every 1.5 months, maybe 2, but no less than that. Number three, build up a network with other people that are active on Spotify. Try to make your own playlist, trade playlist. If that doesn't work, pay someone to get your song placed in playlists. Some of them are ripoffs, so be careful. Some of them you spend, I don't know, 500 and you only get streams that are worth 50 back. But it might be still kind of worth it just to like try and trigger the algorithm. Also, you'll get better opportunities because people again just check out your monthly streams. And again, be careful. There's a lot of like people scamming, not delivering fake playlists with a lot of followers that don't bring you any plays. Be careful. Try to find someone that actually does it professionally and you can trust. And again, all of this will only work if the song is good enough. If you fail with number one, number three won't help you. And number four would be then trying to promote the song as good as possible. It does less for you in streams than just paying someone to get placed in playlist, but it can also help. And if you build that up constantly, you'll have eventually a fan base that follows you, likes your music, make sure they know about your music, and this can give you an initial boost. People coming from other platforms to Spotify to listen to your song is triggering the algorithm the most, because that's what like is the most important to Spotify. Get people to Spotify to listen. If you make sure that happens, you kind of get bonus points and your track will be featured in more algorithm-based kind of playlists. Number five is just something for people that are very well connected. Try to get your songs into the official Spotify playlist. Sometimes you're lucky and you get in there. Most of the times you know someone that knows someone that knows someone, and you'll end up in one of these playlists. For example, my song Dawning ended up in one of the biggest deep house playlists and has now over 3.5 million streams, which is really amazing. But this obviously doesn't happen with every song. And that's basically it. Those are simple things you can try and apply. Of course, at the very beginning, it's frustrating because nothing is really happening, nothing is moving. But if you constantly put out good music, eventually that number will grow, get higher and higher and higher, and then you just go from there and build it up. It takes a while. It's not easy. The most crucial thing, again, is really the music. Like if you fail, if you do everything and still fail, then maybe consider again your music. It needs to work. A normal person needs to listen to it and actually just like it. It's that simple, but hard to achieve. But that's like the simple core principle of how music works. So good luck with that. I'm trying myself to make the best possible. And I'll keep you updated. There's new exciting stuff coming in the next couple of days. And yeah, staying at home for the rest of the night. It's a little frustrating. I hate that COVID situation.
Like it's all beneath